According to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Spurs and Chris Paul have agreed to a one-year deal for $11 million. I actually think this is a good deal for the Spurs. Chris Paul's numbers last season were solid in his limited role. He only averaged 26.4 minutes a game, which was the lowest amount of minutes he had ever played in his career. He played 58 games. He averaged 9.2 points per game, 1.2 steals, 6.8 assists on 44% shooting overall from the field, 37 from three. He also only averaged 1.3 turnovers, which is pretty good. His assisted turnover ratio was great. This is a great signing for the Spurs. As a Spurs fan, I watched a lot of Spurs games last year, and this team did not have a legit playmaker, a guy that could just organize guys, set up plays properly. They were just discombobulated. You had a lot of selfish players playing one-on-one basketball, not passing the ball to Victor when he was wide open for a layup or a dunk. These guys weren't even throwing simple lobs. And I'm thinking, like, it can't be hard to throw a lob to a guy who's like 7'4". You should be able to easily do this, easily throw a lob. Plenty of opportunities where he was just waved off by other guys. Chris Paul, can he be annoying? Yes. Is he like a little general in the court? Yes. Can he get on underneath people's skin? Absolutely. But I think in this situation, he's of good use because these guys really need someone to get on them for playing the style they're playing, this disorganized basketball, not throwing proper entry passes to Victor. Chris is a guy that is a great passer. He's going to get at least 4 easy lobs to Victor per game. He's going to set him up for at least 4 easy lobs. This guy knows how to throw up lobs. He's played with big men before. He had that experience with the Clippers in Lob City with DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin. Go back to his time with the Hornets back in the day. He was throwing up lobs to Tyson Chandler. He's always been great at throwing up lobs, and that's why I think it's going to work out great with Victor. I think Victor is going to love playing with him. Chris is also towards the end of his career. He's 38, so I think after a year or two he'll call it quits. But the impact he can have on the Spurs within the next season or two can be a great impact where he can get guys to play organized basketball and at least create an offensive system where guys get used to throwing the ball to Victor, running plays for him. I think he can set up what Popovich wanted to do. I believe if Popovich wanted to get Victor involved more, now he's going to be able to do it. So I like this signing. This is a great signing for the Spurs. This is an interesting way to end Chris Paul's career. Honestly, I don't see him winning a ring with the Spurs. That's most likely not going to happen, bearing some miracle. Players just developing at a ridiculous rate, just reaching their ceilings. So most likely that's not going to happen, but he can at least set up the blueprints for them to become a playoff team just with his style of play and just his ability to organize that within a year or two they could possibly be in the play-in, which would be great progress for the Spurs. I think he's also good at working with young players. Spurs have a lot of young players that need to be developed. I think he's going to be helpful in that regard. This is just a great signing. Surprisingly, I had lost some hope in the Spurs when they traded their 8th pick. So this